How's everything at the bank?
Not bad. Should come in more often.
Don't seem to have any money these days.
Yeah. And well, we're aiming at a more upmarket clientele these days.
Hey, here comes that kid from Des Clarke's place. You gonna give way?
You kidding? Stop! Hey! This is a footpath. You don't ride your bike on the footpath. Take your bike and you ride it on the correct side of the road.
Why don't you shut up?
Listen, kid, don't push your luck.
Well, if I want to ride on the footpath, I'll ride on it.
And this bike? It's Lucy's, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. What are you doing with Lucy's bike?
She told me I could ride it, so I dropped there.
Scott, whatever happened to that kid we beat up last year?
Oh, I think he's still in hospital, actually.
You wimps don't scare me.
That's because we haven't started on you yet.
We don't scare you, hey? Well, we can soon fix that.
Mom! Put me down! Mom! Mom! Help! Stop it! Put me down!
That's all we seem to hear in Ramsay Street these days, a kid yelling, "Mom!"
You were talking about the exam, Mike.
Yeah, I guess it went okay.
And Scott, was he happy
What do you mean?
with his work?
Is something wrong with Scott?
We only saw him for a few minutes at the coffee shop. And then Danny came in and we left them talking.
Yeah, but he must have given you some indication. He'd either be happy or unhappy.
Well, violence certainly runs in this family, doesn't it? I just found these two thugs beating up my child. I find that so
Hold it! Oh, sorry to interrupt. I was just passing through. Thought I'd stop in for a sandwich. Granny, you didn't tell me you were having a party for Ramsay Street?
Well, I'm glad you interrupted. All this nonsense has got out of hand.
Nonsense?
Yes, this woman been making the wildest accusations about this family.
Hello, I'm Paul Robinson. I don't believe we've met.
I'm Andrea Townsend. And this is my son, Bradley.
G'day, Bradley.
I've got to get back to the bank. Mrs. Townsend, Scott and I would never hit little Bradley. We were just trying to explain to him that kids shouldn't ride their bicycles on the footpath.
Well, if anyone's going to explain anything to my son, I will do it. Is that understood?
Yep. Well, see you soon, Scott. Sorry I couldn't stick around.
Yeah.
And just bear in mind that Des Clarke is your boss and a very dear friend of mine.
Are you threatening Danny?
And no more than he was threatening my son.
Jim, I'll explain everything to Des.
So shall I.
All right, Mrs. Townsend, I think you've made your point.
Not quite. If this is the way that you treat your new neighbours in Ramsay Street, then I feel very sorry for them. I was hoping that Bradley and I might enjoy our brief stay here with Des. But you seem intent on spoiling everything for us.
Now, just a minute, Mrs. Townsend. That's as unfair as it's untrue. We always go out of our way to make people welcome in Ramsay Street, but you and your son, well, quite frankly, I wonder what his father's thinking of letting him behave that way.
His father. My poor darling. Let's go.
I'll have to stop by in the middle of the day more often. Didn't know it was like this. But why such a big deal? Scott walked out on an exam. So what?
A few years ago, it wouldn't have mattered, but today is different. I don't necessarily agree with the system, it's just the way it is. If Scott doesn't keep up with the other kids, he'll go under.
Oh, he won't go under. Remember, I wasn't too hot at maths either. Look at me now. I've got my own office, my own secretary, my...
Yeah, and who we got to thank for that? Rosemary.
Dad, both the airline and the insurance company said I could have my job back any time I wanted.
All right, okay, I'll give you that. But why did they say you could have your job back? Because you have the one thing that Scott doesn't have, your HSC. And I have an appointment. I'll talk to you some more tonight, Scott.
Oh, Jim, when will you be home?
The usual.
Sandwich is ready.
Thanks, Ray. You eating, mate?
No, I'm not hungry.
Okay, there's your coffee and I'll see you both later.
Oh, yeah, where are you going?
Paul, I'm not a child.
Oh, all right. Well, if you're not a child, then there's no need to worry, is there?
I'm going over to talk to Mike.
Mike Young? Are you going to be in that big house all alone with Mike? Grant, have you explained the, the facts of life to this girl?
I'll see you later, Auntie Helen.
I've seen the way he looks at you.
Poor Mike. Should be watching him like a hawk now.
You know, both Danny and Mike have got a crush on her.
So you really are taking an interest in what's going on around here?
Gran, I've always taken an interest.
I'm glad. Now, come on. You didn't just pop in for a sandwich. What are you really doing at home?
Well, actually, I got to thinking about this job with Rosemary.
Something wrong?
No, it's fantastic. It's great. I'm loving every minute of it. And it's all thanks to you.
Me? Rubbish.
Yes, you. Well, you're the one that talked Rosemary into giving me the chance. And I know I can make a go of it. I mean, I can feel it. Well, every day I walk into that office and I can see new possibilities. I was just talking to a guy who Rosemary wants to deal with, and he said some pretty flattering things, like predicting a great future for me, and how astute Rosemary was in getting somebody like me. And I thought, nope, my Gran's the astute one. And it's time I stopped the world for a minute to thank her. And that's why I came home. Thanks, Gran.
I always knew that you hadn't changed all that much.
Oh, I don't know about that. If you make a go of this chauffeur business, I'd watch out. Might take it over.
Hello, Jim Robinson. Oh, good day, Ross. You look, I've been going through the books. I wanted to
Hi, Dad.
take a Oh, Ross, can I call you back in a couple of minutes? Yeah, won't be long. Thanks, mate.
Dad, before you say anything, Paul and I had a long talk.
Well, I'd rather you and I had a long talk.
Well, sure, but Paul made me see that I'm making too big a thing of all this.
Ah, did he now? Sit down. Come on, sit down. I don't know what Paul said to you, but if you're convinced that you're making too big a thing of all this, you're wrong.
Well, that's not what he meant.
All right, maybe not. But you must admit that Paul hasn't made the greatest success of his own life. I mean, he dropped out of university when he should have finished, and then he threw in the job at the airline. Now, well, I guess time will tell how this thing with Rosemary works out.
Can I get in my room?
Not yet. Scott, this is one of the most important times of your life. I know we've been over all this before. I just wish I could get through to you. I mean, do you want to end up like Paul? Do you want to drift from job to job? I'm wasting the time, aren't I?
Guess you are.
All right. All right, son. You're on your own then, aren't you?